Hey everyone, Anil here, and today's show we are going to discuss delegation in Power Apps. Whenever we are working with Power Apps and SharePoint as a data source, the most and important critical topic is delegation and its limitations. Delegation determines how much processing Power Apps can push to SharePoint versus what is handled locally on the device. If your app is not designed with delegation in mind, you may end up with like missing records, incorrect result, or performance issues. What do you mean by that? So let me move on make.powerapps.com, and here I have designed a screen. You can see this is my gallery and this is the SharePoint list. In that I have 5000 records. See here. Now if you will see here, I binded this gallery with sales record. How we are getting all the data? Let me show you. So I will just drag a label control over here. This label control, I will choose gallery 1 dot all item counts. This is smart gallery. Whenever I will scroll down, automatically 100 record will be added over here. Every time it will load 100 record, in the gallery. So Power Apps push and ask to the SharePoint whenever a user is going to the scroll down, it will ask to the SharePoint just push more 100 records and it will append more 100 records. It will append until the limit of my SharePoint list, right? Even though if I will show you my data item limit is 500. See here. The data row limit is set how many rows are retrieved from server based on connection where delegation is not supported. If I want to load more than 500, 600 rows, my gallery will show the record. Right, see here 500, and now it will load more than 600 rows as well. See here. Now I will show you delegable and non-delegable function. Similarly, I will add a filter and I will say reason dot value equals to, I will just type something from here. This is country, this is region. So now we are getting all the data. Even though if you will see in the region Europe, we having around 1330 records. Records are beyond my data row limit, but still I can see all the record, all the data over here, right? If I will move it, I will see my all the records, right? I can scroll down, it will append the data until the Europe country, the Europe region will not finish up. All the data from Europe region we can see over here. Now I want to show you something that is non-delegable. So the search is non-delegable function. If, let me show you. Now here is country, here is text. So text I can make it a country, and the country I can say Australia, and the column is country. See, it is saying delegation warning. The search part of this formula might not work correctly on large data set. What do you mean by that? If you will see, we are getting 17th and Europe. Why? Because if I will go and I will search, I will filter, Australia, and I can see there are lots of record for Australia. But we can see only item number 17th, because our data row limit is 500 and that's the reason 542 is not going to be display over here. So the thing is, if my record is sitting beyond 500, if suppose I want to search the record is beyond 500, that is 501 or 502, it will not show me the data. If my record is sitting less than 500 or either 500 or either 4999, it will show me the data. Because what Power Apps do, Power Apps first hold 500 record locally and process the data in the case of non-delegable functions. So how we can overcome with this situation? So for that there are two ways. The first is filter, and filter I will say start with, and here is text and here is start. So text, this will be our column name. I will say country, and start with I will say I will put a text box and then I will put a drop down. So let me put a text box. This is text box. Inside this I will add a search icon. Right. So this is look like search. Great. Now this I will say txt search. Now I will go and I will say txt search dot value and I will close it. Now see, whenever I will search the item, if you will see, let me search the item is set on 4979 or 4999 Finland. Okay, Finland. You can see I'm getting all the data. The data that is set on 4999, I can see the data. Right? If I want to search, the record is set on 4996 New Zealand. See, I can see all the data. There are two things in a text box. If you will focus out, then it will start working, or you can start on key press also. So now if I will go for Myanmar, you can see we are getting the data if the data set on 4998, even though our limit is just 500, but we are getting the data. So it means this function start with is delegable function. We can work with delegable function and we can search the record even though the record is set or 10,000, 20,000 or 100k. We can start searching by start with, but the drawback is start with always start from start from the beginning. If suppose my text is Finland, if I want to search and it will not give me the result. See here, and so and it is giving me Andorra, but I actually am looking for this record, but it is not giving me the Finland. See here, it is not giving me the Finland. It will start search from the beginning, and there's a drawback of start with. But in that case, what we can do, we cannot search more than 500 records. But what we can do, if my data will be less than 500, then I can enable the search. For that, what I will do, I will add a drop down control. Okay, this is my drop down control, and this control I will bind with region choice and sales record and dot region. Now if you will see, I'm getting my all reasons. And here what I will do, I will filter this by, let me rename it. So this will be DRP reason. So this will be DRP reason dot selected dot value. Reason dot value equals to. So see, if I want to search, I want to filter whatever data I will filter, it will give me the result, right? Now I will just put a this label control over here, and on this drop down on change property, I will go and I will create a collection, and this will be called data and filter sales record reason dot value equals to drp reason dot selected dot value. Now I will set a variable where data row count, and this will be count rows called data. See what it will do, it will let me know how many rows we having in this filter, right? So see what I will do now, this is my search. Okay, this search I want to only visualize when my data row limit is less than 500. I will say if my where data row count is less than 500, then true, else false. Great. Now here what I will do, I will say if where data row count is less than 500, then search and search my filtered data and text. So this will be a txt search dot value equals to, and this will be the column. So column will be country. Else what it will do, it will just filter my data. So see what it will do, it will, if my data is less than 500, then it will search, or else it will filter my data. So see here, now if I will go for Asia, okay, see here the data is greater than 500, I cannot see my search, right? See here, let me make it group by so that you can see all the data. So only North America and Australia and Oceania, it will give me the search box. So see here, now I will go for Australia and Oceania, it will give me the search box. Now I can search, like I want to search this ALU, okay, ALU, it will give me all the record, correct? Now if I want to search apart from this anything, like I want to search the last item, that is ATU, okay, ATU, it will give me the result, correct? But if my record is more than 500, my box will be hidden. Right, so this is how you can provide very good filters, and whenever your data row limit will be, whenever your data will be under data row limit, then you can apply the search, else you are just enabling your filter. That's it. right? So this is the search and filter. Now there is one more thing that I will show you. If suppose let me go over here and I will say, I will just comment it and simple, I will just put sales record over here. Okay, I'm getting all the data. If I will talk about the lookup function, lookup and sales record, comma, lookup like reason dot value equals to Europe. Okay, I can see all the data. I think the spelling is not correct. So reason is Asia, reason is Europe, PE. So now you can see I'm getting the data is 3. Let me remove this group by reason. Okay, and this is 500. I want to see this parity as a low. Okay, now I will go and I will say parity, order parity equals to low. If you will see, I will get this record. See here, this item is stated on 5000. I can see this record. Lookup value, lookup function with equals to is lookup function with text equals to text and equals to operator is delegable. Also, if I'll talk about the lookup function is number. Okay, ID equals to 4999. If you want to see this record, you can see 499 also we can see over here. Even though our data row limit is just 500, we can see this record. Now, how the lookup function is non-delegable. If suppose I will go for greater than 499, it is saying delegation warning, the highlight part of this formula not work correctly with a large ID or large data set. I cannot see the data now. Even though if you will see, if I will go for 499, I will see the data. See here, I can see the record ID is 500 because it is going to be process the data within 500 limit, within 500 data, and it is going to show me the data. But beyond 500, if I'll go, I will say show me the record that is seated on 501, it will not show me the record because this is non-delegable function. Right. Now if I'll talk about the sum, okay, so let me comment it and put the sales order over here. Now if I'll talk about the sum is non-delegable function. If you will see here, unit sold, if I'll talk about, and total is sum, this is 2513491, the total sum, correct? Now if I want to sum it, see here, sum and sales record and unit sold. It is not giving me the correct result. It is only going to sum. The data row limit is 500. So for only 500 rows, it is going to sum. That's the reason we are not getting the correct result. But what I can do, if I will show you, if I can see only Asia. So this is just I exported the data. If I will show for Asia, and you can see here we getting this sum. Okay, now let me go and let me type over here filter sales record, and this I will apply a filter reason dot value equals to Asia. See, we are getting this sum 2552304. So see here, still we are getting the incorrect result, because if you want to, if you will see Asia having more than 500 rows. Instead of the Asia, if I want to search the record where I can see the data row limit, the data is less than 500, that is North America. Okay, so let me filter out North America. Okay, here I will unselect all North America. Okay, for the North America, if you will see, we can see units sold is 484760. Now I will go and here is a sum. I will copy it and paste it, and then see here 484760, and similarly we are getting over here 484760, because now the row limit is 500 and you can see the count is 106 rows total, right? So this data is under the data row limit, and that's the reason it is giving us the correct result. Now, if you want to apply sum for all the data, there is no way. Either you can use Power Automate, or what you can do, you have to apply a very good filters over here, and for all the filters create a different sum, and then add all the sum, and then you will get the sum for all the data. That's the only possible way to get the sum. So I hope you understood what is delegable and what is non-delegable function in Power Apps. I hope you love this video. If you love this video, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you and bye bye.